Thank you, Heather. I was born to a 16-year-old girl who dropped out of high school and was on a lifelong road of addiction to drugs and alcohol. I spent my childhood living in poverty, transient. I lived in over 25 places during elementary school alone. I had no access to health care. I had minimal support at home, and at age 5 became responsible for my younger sister. The cycle continued. I never knew what to expect day to day and was witness to many hardships. The statistics state 1 in 5 children grow up in a home where a parent abuses drugs or alcohol. They are 10 times more likely to develop substance abuse. 30% of children raised in poverty do not finish high school. Only 1 in 10 low-income students will attend college. Children from low-income families who do not complete high school are more likely to become teenage parents, to be unemployed, to be incarcerated, to have persistent health issues. They are less likely to pursue careers in STEM and are underrepresented in the executive and leadership roles. I am not defined by these statistics. My name is Stacy Beske. I am a wife, sister, aunt, and mother of 2. I have a doctorate in cardiovascular physiology, and I am fortunate enough to work as Vice President of Marketing and Business Strategy at Medtronic. By most accounts, the odds were stacked against me, but I don't share my story for pity or praise, rather to motivate you to take action. The most common question I get about my success is, how did you defy the odds? What made a difference in your path to success? How did you break the cycle? I recall the first time I was asked this question, and quite frankly, it took me by surprise. My experiences did not seem unusual or different because it was just part of my journey, a chapter in the story, but not the main storyline. After much self-reflection, it boiled down to 3 things that made it different. First, I found a passion for science early on in life. I entered a science fair in 5th grade and won a new backpack, and that was a pretty big deal given my personal situation. I went on to develop a love for STEM and had many teachers who supported and encouraged my curiosity. I earned a scholarship to college and went on to graduate school, where I was supported by an American Heart Association grant to study autonomic control of blood pressure and obesity. I went on to do a postdoctoral fellowship at Harvard, where I was granted a fellowship from AHA to continue my research. Not only did I have great teachers along the way, but scholarships, grants, and fellowships like the ones from American Heart Association provided an opportunity that would not have been otherwise possible. Second, I was exposed to amazing women who mentored and guided me at critical junctions in my life. My grandmother, from my chosen father, was my rock. She pushed me to go further than I thought possible, challenged me to be more, but most importantly, believed in me. She died at 83 from heart failure. My mother, despite all of her issues in life, lived many of life's hard lessons, and I learned from them. She died at age 53 from complications with diabetes and a medication interaction. At the time of her death, with no health insurance, she was taking over 30 medications prescribed from over 20 different doctors. My sister, who also works at Medtronic, has been at my side and a constant and true supporter. During my professional career, I have been mentored by amazingly talented and smart women, many of whom are participating tonight, and you know who you are. These women not only emulated authentic leadership, but they shared their insights with me, coached me, and provided invaluable feedback. Lastly, I chose not to succumb to the helplessness of my circumstances and in turn advocate for change. Pay it forward. Devoting my time, energy, and resources has been a constant since I was in high school, and my life has been greatly enriched. I attended an AHA first aid and CPR training course and began teaching community CPR in college. Over the course of 3 years, I taught over 5,000 people CPR. I have given countless seminars to women on the risks of heart disease. I have participated, sponsored, and led over 50 AHA walks, runs, and fundraising events. Why do I do it? I do it because I believe that if I can have a positive impact on an aspiring young scientist, save one person's grandmother from heart failure, prevent one person's mother from an untimely death, it will all be worth it. If I can provide 1/10 the inspiration, mentorship, and sponsorship that the amazing women who lifted me up to the next generation of successful women, it will help turn the tide for those facing unimaginable challenges. I will conclude with this thought. Difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. And as Dr. Melchior Lim said, there is no exercise better for the improvement of our world than reaching down on a daily basis to lift someone up. Thank you for attending the Go Red for Women event tonight and allowing me to share my story. I ask only one thing of you in return. On a daily basis, make it a habit to extend a hand to lift someone up, not just a one-time event. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.